I can make you. 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 I can make you.
These nights feel longer. Is that 'cause I'm far away from you? Away from you. I can't see the colors. Is that 'cause I'm far away from you? Away from you. When I close my eyes, I remember your face. I hear you in thunder, I feel you in rain. I walk through the fire to see you again, to see you again. 'Cause heaven knows that I'll be there. Heaven knows that I'll be there. 'Cause heaven knows that I'll be there. Heaven knows that I'll be Can't see the colors. Is that 'cause I'm far away from you? Away from you. When I close my eyes, I remember your face. I hear you in thunder, I feel you in rain. I walk through the fire to see you again, to see you again. 'Cause heaven knows that I'll be there. Heaven knows that I'll be there. 'Cause heaven knows that I'll be there. Heaven knows that I'll
I don't know how many of you guys are into like old school house.
Well, I mean, my house is old. Does that count?
Oh, there's that. But this is from Cascade, who is a big name in like back in the techno day, but then like early house days.
Oh, okay.
Cascade was kind of a big deal. So it's kind of fun that he's got a new song out. Oh my God, Rusko's got a new song too. This is like early dubstep. Wow. Well,
okay, you know what, Ian? So let's go ahead and start the show.
Yeah, we got to do that because I'm just gonna nerd out on music if I don't do this
with the starting soon thing.
Distance nerding.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the build. We have all been waiting for it because we didn't do one yesterday, and I know people are fiending. At least I am, because I didn't get to build any Lego yesterday. Not a problem with that though, because it was LeJack's birthday yesterday.
That's awesome. What did you guys do?
Took her to dinner, took her to her favorite place in the world.
Oh wow.
And surprised her with one of her best friends and her mom.
Oh, that's nice.
So she was very happy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good.
Yeah. I try to be a decent husband, you know.
You know,
try.
Fail 90% of the time, but I mean, you know, I try.
Oh, please.
being a decent husband is a hard job.
Yeah. All right. So
that was just a mood killer. God, sorry about that.
It's okay. We'll talk to Chuck about it later. It's sure. It's
no, he's way above that. So.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are here. We are here. It is time for the build. Of course, we're going to be continuing the Lego Space Shuttle, the Space Shuttle Discovery. I don't know what I did on Instagram, but I locked myself out and I can't type.
Excuse us, there's some technical difficulties happening.
Yeah, so guys, if you're on Instagram, I see you. I can't highlight anything or anything like that because I don't know what happened. And if I refresh the page, it's gonna knock us off, and you're not gonna be able to watch anymore. So just know I see you guys.
We see you, we hear you, we appreciate your concern. Oh.
Wait, let me change my background to a kitchen. Sorry, bad joke.
I was like,
it's really niche. Sorry about that.
I was gonna say there is a really bad joke there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a lozenge. I've got a cold, so I'm trying not to cough. So
gotcha.
And it's really good. They're really good. They're like raspberry candy lozenges. They're so freaking fantastic. Look at them. Ricola. Berry medley.
Ricola. See, the problem is I can't have all Ricolas because sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this. Of course, this show is
brought. We go and nerd out about Ricola.
We're nerding out about Ricola and not getting the guests on the show. So let's not do that. Ladies and gentlemen,
we have
this show, everything we do here is brought to you by the good people over at Dubby. That's right. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Now, you may be wondering why. Why should I get W? There's so many other drinks out there. I can go get Celsius. I can go get a Monster. I can go get, Monster gives you points in Call of Duty. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you why you should get W. W contains Neurofactor. Neurofactor is a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. To find out more about W at www.w.gg, use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. It is delicious, guys. I have yet to find a flavor that I did not like.
And the flavor names are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good. Again, still haven't gotten it, but Grandpa's Denture Water is probably one of the best names for any drink.
Oh man, yeah, I love that. I love that. What's the one, the Tears of My Enemies or whatever?
Big Energy Tears.
Big Energy Tears. I like that one too.
Yeah. They called it Big Energy Tears because Big Energy. Like Monster, Rockstar, Red Bull.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I gotcha.
They're crying because W is making their way into the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
So they collect the tears of the big energy companies, and we collect.
You really do mansplain.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I am. I'm doing it on purpose.
I don't know why you're doing it
Anyway, we have a show to run.
Yeah.
right
all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, Nerding10, get 10% off your order, and you can get whatever you want on W.com, including all the merch and the fun things that they have there. So, with that being said, let's jump into this. Well, what's going on in the chat? Okay. So, this
Say Long just said that I'm saying mansplaining is fantastic.
Somebody just came out with a new one that's for women.
Oh no.
Is it vag-splaining?
No.
Oh god.
It's more about incoherent rants that women go on. And it's
they should just call
I'm sorry,
those
that's not
Jennifers.
exclusive to women, first of all.
No, what's funny though is the video that I saw was a lady watching it and like reacting to it.
Yeah.
She goes, no, accurate. That's accurate. I can't even.
Oh yeah.
But yes, let me jump into this, ladies and gentlemen. This week's guests are known all around the town, at least the town of Sacramento, as the guys you call when you have a spectral infestation and don't know who else to call. With all their charity work and fun events they hold, they are definitely a group I get excited to see whenever we catch them not chasing giant marshmallow men around the town. And with all that fun being said, they have a hype video. So I'm going to play that video for you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Before we bring them onto the stage here. So let's check this out.
About the day in the life of a Ghostbuster.
So much fun.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show from the Terror Dog Squad, Frankie Nagayo and Michael Ferris.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
What's going on?
Yeah, oh, they're the kids. There they are.
Given that there's two guests, normally I'd highlight the guests, but it's like I'm just highlighting one of you guys if I do that. It's still Frankie up there.
Okay,
He's
so more important.
handsome.
There we go.
Which is
Come
more
on.
better.
Come on now.
Oh God, how are you guys doing, man?
Doing good.
Good. Doing
Yeah.
good. Staying warm.
Yeah, rain's kind of got us a little worried for Fan Expo next week, but I think it's going to clear to where I'll be able to get everything inside and get the booth set up. So
Nice.
definitely fun.
Mhm.
And then trying to plan all our Toys for Tots stuff out for next month.
That's right. So I mean, we're gonna get into all of that because I'm really excited to talk about all the things you guys do. But before we jump into all of that, we have a segment on our show called "Growing Up Geeky." What did you guys geek out on when you were kids? I mean, obviously Ghostbusters, but like anything outside of that.
Hey, Frankie, you go first.
I spent a lot of my childhood growing up in a lot of old pop culture, especially sci-fi. So I was surrounded by a lot of Star Trek, a lot of Star Wars, Doctor Who, especially Back to the Future. That was a really big one for me. I can't think of any other one, to be completely honest with you. It's not like I'm wearing it or anything. But yeah.
And then for me, I'm a child of the 80s. So, I mean, Master of the Universe was the big thing for boys in the 80s. Followed by Transformers and G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Silverhawks, you name any
Okay,
80s cartoon.
Michael, I have a
Yes.
question for you. Why do the Transformers have to be vehicles?
Oh God.
I don't know. Why
That's
the
good.
GoBots have to be vehicles.
I don't
Is this
understand
leading
it.
into something?
Because
No,
this is an ongoing
This is
thing with
her.
me anytime we have Transformers news, and
It's just a long running gripe that she has.
Oh, it's a blight? Oh, no.
I do. It's one of those what was the chat saying? Period tirades. It's one of those period tirades that I have.
I just go, okay.
Yeah, okay.
can.
Just keep going.
Yeah. But, kind of what Frankie was talking
No,
about
I'm
too.
listening to what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I geeked out for. I was huge Master of the Universe growing up. And then Ghostbusters, my parents took me to go see that in the theater. So it was after watching that movie, I was like, wow, just kind of hooked on that. And then my younger brother, as he was growing up, is when the real Ghostbusters cartoon came out. So got to go through that with him and watch him play with all the toys.
Well,
And the
sorry, we're not talking
ecto-cooler.
about,
Yes,
we're
Ecto Cooler.
sorry, we're not talking about Ghostbusters today. So.
Oh, we said
What's Ghostbusters?
we ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah.
So funny thing, Ghostbusters was my first date.
Aww.
Now, granted,
Huh.
my mom was there 2 rows back because I was young. I was a young dater,
Mhm.
but Ghostbusters was my first date. So hey, look, that's awesome. I just wanted to say that. I wanted to be included.
Hey, we all got to see it in the theater.
Yeah, I got to see it in the theater. First run, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was old enough to date, kind of.
Kind of.
Wait, how old were you?
She was
I was 5.
Just a
No, I'm
younger-
just kidding.
You're fine.
No.
Obviously,
Lord.
younger than you are.
I was 12.
Oh, okay. That's
And it was a double date. Me and my best friend
Okay, that's
and 2 guys, and my mom was 2 rows back.
Is there anything more quintessential 80s than what you just described?
I know, right?
Mom 2 rows back.
Look,
like-
you were lucky
I've seen
if
that
your
movie,
mom
actually,
was
yeah.
2 rows back, because moms didn't want to watch your crappy movie selection. So
All they were focusing on is my 12-year-old daughter making a move?
yeah, and I wasn't.
Or
No
do I have to
moves.
or do I have to get the husband to break that boy's hand?
Yeah, no moves were made
Or the big brother.
during that.
Yes, the big brother.
Yeah. Nah, this girl can take care of herself. I have a baton and I know how to use it.
I was gonna say, it depends on the big
Hell
brother.
yeah.
If it's the big brother from Weird Science, then he's probably just letting it happen.
Chet. Chet.
Oh yes, yeah. Aaron from Terror Dogs and from SAC, we were talking about that movie yesterday. Where I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that in about a year. And I'm like, the other one I remember watching that I haven't seen for a while is My Science Project.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, Chet was like this quintessential '80s a-hole brother.
Oh yeah, with the crew cut and everything. Oh
It
man.
becomes the turd monster. It's great.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of your childhood and kind of your, I don't know how I became the voice of reason, but you know,
We're listening to you.
So talk about your childhood and your inspirations, all that. So what inspired you to start cosplaying? Like, what were you doing before then? Did you see other people doing it? Was it, you know, kind of a just obsession with like Halloween stuff? What was it?
Hey, Frankie, you go first.
Mike, I'll let you go first on this one.
Oh, this
Oh
one?
gosh.
All right, I'll go first then.
Take it.
Okay. Well, always wanted to make a Ghostbusters proton pack for years. I'd seen them online. I'd seen GB fans, you know, watch all these people making them, and it's just way too expensive. And I was like, okay, I'm never going to make one. I'm either going to make one out of cardboard or just save up to try to get like a shell. And then that's when I heard Spirit announcing that, hey, we're coming out with the proton pack. It's only, you know, $80-$90. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get that. So bought that. And then I was like, I need a flight suit. So happened to go visit my brother down in SoCal and found a military surplus store and went in there, grabbed a flight suit off the shelf, military used one. And I was like, cool, this is, you know, told my wife, I'm like, this is going to be my forever Halloween costume because every year I'm going to wear this thing. And then mind you, in that time frame prior to that, I'd been seeing all these different groups around the Bay Area here. I'm seeing, SF, the SF group, Silicon Valley, Santa Clara group. And just a lot of people weren't doing a lot of things from what I could see on Facebook, but I kept seeing Sacramento Ghostbusters popping up a lot. So last year, my daughter and I went to New York Comic Con, and I got to meet Ectotech and Nick for the Ecto 1 NJ out there. I got to go on the ride with them, surprised my daughter for that. And I got back and I was like, I'm pumped, just from talking with those guys, the brotherhood, just from those two guys, I could really feel. And the same thing from the New York Ghostbusters when I met them at New York Comic Con. I was like, I got to find a group. I'm done with these excuses. I got to find a group, and went on Facebook and saw that, oh, hey, there's the New York Ghostbusters telethon's coming up. So I watched that, and I saw Chris Lopez, and then I saw Andrew Whiteley on there from SAC talking about their group and what they're going to be doing about the Santa Parade, the Toys for Tots stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, there's definitely a lot more to this cosplay thing than just cosplaying and going out. You can do things for your community. So reached out to them on Facebook through Messenger, and found out where they were going to be up in Roseville, not Roseville, but Rockland, excuse me, and went up there to go meet them at the Five Below. Turning some toys. I'm like, yeah, I wonder if I can hang out with you guys at the parade. They're like, yeah, come on down, and that's kind of what started it. And then I've been bringing my daughter out with us, when we go to certain events that she can go to, and trying to show her the same thing. And the one thing I like about this that I'm trying to teach her is that the most valuable thing that we have is our personal time, and to be able to donate that to other people and see them get excited, the smiles that get on their faces. That's why we put on the proton pack. I mean, you hear a lot of ghost heads say that, that's the reason why we do it. Yeah, it's fun to dress up. I'm not going to lie. It's a blast. People looking at you and pointing at you, but just the smiles you see on the kids' faces. Or watching, we were at the State Fair, Sacramento State Fair, and just watching these guys walk up that, look like, they came from like a biker bar, and then watching them turn into a 12-year-old kid again because they see the Ghostbusters. I mean, that's what it is. That's what makes it worth it.
That's so awesome.
That is awesome.
That's great.
Right, Frankie, your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frankie, go ahead. And then
So,
right. There's another person here.
Yeah. Let's see. So I started. I went to my first con when I was about 10 years old. So I've kind of been in that space for a really long time. I'm 20 now, so pretty much half my life I've been involved with cosplay and conventions and whatnot. But I'd been making, like proton packs and little little gadgets. Oh, am I good?
Yeah, and you just kept kind of going in and out here. So
Okay. Gotcha. Should be good now. But yeah, ever since I was a kid, I would make like little proton packs out of Nerf shotguns and Ninja Turtles backpacks. And then come around middle school, that's when I was like, I'm gonna actually build one now. And then it ended up looking like, well, this is the corpse of it now, but it ended up looking like this. This is the one I had in middle school. And I ran with that for a bit, but it started falling apart because it was just duct tape. So come 2020, 2021-ish, it was quarantine. And that's when, I was bored, so I was looking for things to do. And I was like, what if I build a neutroner wand? Just a wand. And I was like, that was pretty fun. It was pretty cool getting back into that. So after that, I started getting carried away, and I was like, I'm going to build the whole thing now, right here. And then I did. And then I started going on online forums, started talking to people on there. And that's when I bumped into Chris Nance of the NorCal Ghostbusting group over Discord. And I was like, how do you go about starting a group? Because in my area, we used to have the Bay Area Ghostbusters, but, they all moved away. And they all, they all moved away. It just dissolved naturally. But then I talked to Chris Nance, and he was like, there's actually a group out there in the Sacramento, Rockland area called the Terror Dog Squad. So I highly suggest you look into them. So I did. I shot them an email, and immediately the next day I got another email back, and it was from a guy named Chris Lopez, and he was like, hey, we're actually holding an event a couple of weeks from now at the IMAX in Sacramento for the Frozen Empire coming out. So if you want to come out to that, you're totally free to. And I was like, this is the best day ever. And then ever since then, it's just oh yeah. And then ever since then, it's just been on the up and up. So everything I do now, being able to make kids smile the way I wished I was able to smile when I was a kid, is probably the best part of the year for me.
Oh,
that's amazing. I would just like to point out before we move on, it is a triumph that there is finally someone younger than me on this show.
I know. It is. It is. He's 21. So the fact
I'm 21.
Yeah.
The fact that
I am the butt of so many jokes.
But like I said, now we have two children on the show.
Don't call yourself a butt.
I wasn't saying I'm saying I was the subject of the butt.
You're the subject that you say you're the butt of the joke.
The best part is when your mom trips you up like that. It's like
you gotta put the shovel down. Put the shovel down.
That was good. That was good.
I just gotta make him. I gotta make him quicker. I'm trying. I keep trying. Just quick. And it's a work in progress. I'll get him there.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw somebody asked.
And again, as I said,
I saw that somebody asked about if we're associated with Chris Nance and them at all. We're actually not. I think the cool thing about the Terror Dog Squad is that we're kind of a branch of the Sacramento Ghostbusters, and we team up a lot with a lot of the other local Ghostbuster groups, or the groups that have like just a solo Ghostbuster by themselves. So that kind of answers that question there. But I think
you guys are more regional.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing we're branching out and doing right now is we're teaming up with other groups. So we're just trying to make it more inclusive. So it's very rare, I think, in the cosplay space right now, where you see different cosplay groups doing that. And I think we're like one of a few that actually branches out like that and does a lot of other activities with other groups.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yay, inclusion.
Yeah.
Somebody
asked about the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. They wanted to get that question out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah. That's
Say Wong asked.
Oh boy.
So that do you guys acknowledge it because many have denied its existence? Is that the one with the women?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Hesby says we saw it. I don't remember watching it.
I have certainly seen it, and it was not that bad. I'm sorry to say, Wong. It was not that bad.
Remember, I'm usually the positive one. It wasn't that good either.
No, It was like
My
again,
issue
it
with
was,
it, like
it
my
was
issue,
morally neutral.
my issue with it isn't what everybody else's issue with it was. Like everybody else's issue is like, oh, women. Nah. My
Right.
issue was the comedy felt forced.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the original movie was.
I feel like
Yeah.
it suffered from like a Bridesmaids kind of thing, where Bridesmaids worked
Mhm.
and it didn't seem forced. Like some of the situations didn't seem forced because, come on, ladies, we all know that shit happens. But
That also gave us a new light for Hemsworth, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yes, yeah, yeah.
He stole that movie. As
And
far as I'm concerned.
He
yeah,
did.
he stole that
Absolutely.
movie like that
Yeah.
movie stole his shirt.
Yep.
So,
Like
I mean, I'm not complaining, but
I don't think any of us are complaining about
no.
I mean, I liked it for what it was. I mean, when I went, I watched it at home.
Mhm.
So when I first saw it, I went into it with the mindset this is not going to be like the originals at all whatsoever. I'm not going to do any comparing,
Mhm.
and I just watched it to kind of enjoy it. I mean, like Chris Helmsworth's character stood out to me, and then Holtzman's character.
Yeah.
The Holtzman character. That's about the two I like.
Yeah.
Showed that to my daughter finally about a couple weeks ago. Same thing. She gravitated straight to Holtzman. So it's like that's the target audience that they were going for when they made that movie. That makes total sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, as much as everybody wants to give it all the hatred in the world, Dan Aykroyd specifically said it is canon. It's alternate universe, but it's canon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can agree too with the forced comedy though. There were some scenes you're like, oh, okay, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
But come on, you put El DeBarge in a movie. I'm sorry, you got me.
Right?
For as long as that song's
Exactly.
playing. So
There are not enough El DeBarge movies.
Short
What,
Circuit.
this and what? Yeah, Short Circuit. Wasn't he also? No, he wasn't in The Last Dragon. That was Apollonia.
he was. I think he did a song for that movie.
Yeah, they did, but I don't think they were in the movie. But anyway, let's continue. So there's another question. Say Wong asked.
Let's see.
Also, what pack designs kits do you have in your arsenal? Ben of Kent, 3D print HasLab, fiberglass kit. And then he just trailed off, I guess.
And then just, yeah.
As Say Wong does.
For me
Yeah,
personally, I've got
That's
I have a
period tirade. Oh.
I've got a HasLab, and I do have my 80% that my daughter uses, or if she's not using it, I bring to events so we can have children or adults try it on if they want to take photos with us in the back. Ben of Kent, I know he does a good job on his packs. I was on the waiting list
Ben of
for
Kent is great.
I was on the waiting list for a Max Factory, and then that email of saying, "Hey, your name's up," hit at the wrong time, and I was like, I can't get it. But I like my HasLab though. I'll be honest, I like the HasLab.
Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, my pack is scratch built, but the wand itself is the old Spangler wand that came out it was 2020, 2021, right, Mike?
Think so. It was like right after COVID.
Okay.
It's about
Yeah. So that's the wand I'm currently using. But yeah, the pack is cardboard. My trap is a Ruby's trap. So it was the $20 trap they sold at Walmart in Spirit Halloween that I modded very heavily. And then my PKE meter is a Spirit Halloween PKE that I also modded a bunch.
Yeah, Frankie's our tech guy.
Cool.
Him and Todd in our group, who we lovingly call Dubs. Those are our two tech guys.
That's awesome. So Gotham Guy is asking, do you guys have any experience or offer any assistance with modding proton packs? And then he said he bought the life-size spirit pack and the 1884 Neutrona wand, and he's looking to merge them together.
Yeah, so I don't, but I've studied different ways to do it because I personally looked into getting a spirit pack. But a lot of the guys in our group do it as well. What they've done was they took the switch out of the gun box and then relocated it onto somewhere on the patch or on the loom, and then they used the alternate adapter on the 1984 wand, the one with the loom attachment, and then screwed that on, and then zip tied the loom that came on the spirit pack onto that. That's like the fastest way I could explain that. But it's not rocket science. It just takes some getting familiar with the pack to do.
Yeah, and then
Well, that made no sense to me, so hope it did to Goth.
YouTube. I'll be honest, also too. YouTube's a really good space. You
Yeah.
can get a lot of good videos and stuff on how to hack things together. Facebook's got lots of groups. There's a lot of HasLab modder groups that you can try to find and join up in, and then just do a search. I'll tell you this right now. If you post a question, someone's going to tell you just do a search. Just search the page once you join it, and you'll be able to find your answer. I 100% guarantee you there's an answer on there, or you'll find someone you can reach out to. They're very, very helpful. That's how I did some of the mods on mine. And then, of course, there's people that sell things that you can buy too. You know, the replacement loom that looks more like the Afterlife loom, stuff like that. But Chris Nance is also another good guy too. Check his videos on YouTube. Also,
Yes,
that guy's
yeah.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have other questions. There were questions in the
We do.
chat. And it was like, hey, we should
going.
answer those. So.
Sure, let's see.
Probably good not to ignore the chat. So it's like,
Yeah,
Right, no, yeah.
it's really good. I mean,
Our
Aaron Self
engagement.
is asking you guys to tell about what's going on next weekend at Fan Expo, and I assume that's because he knows what's going on next weekend at Fan Expo.
Right.
I wonder.
So
who
if you
that
guys want to
guy-
talk about that, we can. I'm
Sure.
saying,
All right.
So,
Mike,
go
you
ahead,
want to
Aaron.
take it? You're the
You want me?
leader on that.
Yeah. All right. So basically, we're going to be there all 3 days. We're going to be starting our Toys for Tots season there. So we actually are going to have boxes, bins on site where people can make donations. The cool thing about that is there is a Target right across the street, so you don't
Nice.
have to spend money there at the con to donate. I mean, you can you can go right over to Target, pick something up, and then come back and drop it off. We're also going to take on-site donations, so we're going to have a QRC code that goes directly to Toys for Tots, and people willing to share what they're donating, we can track that down to show how much we're going to raise while we're there. And then cool thing is we are going to be selling a Chris Sarantino print there. So he does a lot of the stuff for the New York Ghostbusters when they do New York Comic Con. So we're going to have, he graciously did an art print for us that we're going to have for sale where we're going to donate the proceeds from selling those to Toys for Tots. And then we're also going to do a slime lab also as well, where same thing, you go to this, all the proceeds you get from the slime lab is going to go to Toys for Tots also as well.
That's so dope.
So we're making it basically, it's we're there to support Toys for Tots, is
Awesome.
Terror Dogs and Sac GB is going to be there, but it's mostly, hey, we're out there to ring in the holiday season and show San Francisco that, hey, this is what the Terror Dogs and Sac GB does.
Very cool.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. Mike, you mentioned Chris Sorrentino. I just want to give a quick shout out to him because he's done a lot of incredible work in the community. So you can look him up under Real GB. That's Real REEL GB. He did a short project where he recreated some stills from the movie in the style of the original cartoon, and that blew up pretty big. And he also goes around the Newark area dressed up as basically a mix between John Belushi's character in Blues Brothers and a Ghostbuster, and he calls himself Baby Belushi. So yeah, really cool guy.
awesome.
Just wanted to give him a cool shout out. Yeah.
Yeah, he also does the one from Animal House, the other John Belushi character.
Oh wow.
He is really
Sounds like a
on a
theme
mission.
here.
He is really on a mission from
Yep.
He
From
is.
God.
Mission from God.
We kind of went over this earlier. But Ghostbusters had a resurgence the past few years. There's been new movies coming out, more interest and everything. So how has that affected what you guys do? Like, is there more demand for that? Is there, more, kind of older people being interested or whatever? Kind of, how's that affected you guys? Anyone?
It's definitely blown up much bigger than it would have 10 years ago. It's crazy. Sorry. So before you would have gotten like older people coming up to recognize you, and occasionally children like myself at the time. But now you have people of all ages coming up and being like, "Hey, Ghostbusters!" And it's really cool to see so many people, like just the absolute influx of people from diverse backgrounds, and people of all shapes and sizes just coming up and being like, "Hey, I know that thing." Just having people unite under this thing that would not have happened 10 or 20 years ago.
Yep, same thing that Frankie just said too. Yeah, and then seeing the younger kids. So you've got the '80s parents showing their kids Ghostbusters, and they're falling in love with it now. I mean, most people know that Afterlife, the excellent love story to the fans and to what the franchise meant to a lot of people, and I think that helped bridge that age gap with a lot of the newer fans that you're seeing now. Frozen Empire, I know there's a lot of mixed reviews on that one, but again, that one is definitely for a specific audience they're trying to target to bring in to the franchise. And I know for a lot of us older fans, it's like, oh, we want to see the older Ghostbusters, but it's like, they got to pass the torch at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We got to revitalize this to move forward. And then with the cartoon coming out, I believe next year on Netflix, I mean, you're going to see even more kids get into that. So, but yeah, it's been pretty fun, being out there and seeing, the little kids, like 2-3 year olds. We have this one little boy, his name's Liam, just loves us to death. We did that. That's the birthday party we were at. You see us all like in someone's garage. We went out and did his birthday party for him, and that was just amazing just to see his face light up like that. But that's what's cool though, is you saw these little kids just digging it, and then again you see the adults. So
Interesting. I did not see you in that video at all, Shadu. They went to your birthday party.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
That's weird. I think.
I think the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was standing in front of him.
Oh, yeah, no, that was well,
Yeah.
I mean that does, yeah. Oh, that fits. So, you're talking about cosplaying, and again, we've kind of covered this. We're kind of covering old ground here, but Ghostbusters is more than cosplaying and just like a military grade jumpsuit. So, what are kind of the like gadgets and tools and things you've been accumulating throughout your time as?
Like maybe more than just the PKE meter, maybe more.
Yeah, like the the weird stuff.
How many of you
Ooh.
have a Slimer that you have that does your housework? That's what we really want to know. That's
Right.
what the inquiring
And
minds
can we
want to know.
borrow them?
I think for me, the only thing.
He does kind of the opposite of housework.
Oh.
I mean, we didn't necessarily say clean your house.
Cleans out the fridge,
Yeah.
right, Ricky?
He sure works the house.
Find me.
I think Frankie and I don't know if I have anything. I've clicked at some of the books. I mean, I really want to get that Tobin Spear guide from Magnoli's, but that's a little a little expensive there.
Yeah.
That thing looks absolutely beautiful. I know our member Dubs, Todd, he's got a slime blower that he's actually built.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to build
He's
some of
got
the other
the
gadgets and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Between Frankie and I don't know. Frankie, I think you might have some stuff.
I just 3D printed some new pieces. I can go grab them real quick and then come back in a bit.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
No, go for it.
Absolutely.
All right. Now we can really talk. So
Now that Frankie's gone,
now that Frankie's gone, and get serious here. No.
we need all the tea.
All the tea. Now, mind you, there's 3 adults here now, Shadu. So I'm just kidding.
I am an
I'm
adult.
just kidding.
I'm an adult.
I need an adult.
I'm an adult.
I am an adult. I am an adult.
Maybe a adult.
I am your. Oh.
Have you so
I am.
Mike, have you are you guys done?
No.
Order
Never.
666. No.
I was
Sorry.
just gonna ask if you
Get
had
us-
actually met any of the Ghostbuster actors. If you guys if you had got a
no.
chance to meet him.
No, I haven't done that yet. I did when cool story when Afterlife came out. I tried to get the popcorn bucket and they sold out online. So then they put them back up again, and they were like, "Oh, hey, the first 100 people that can buy one, you might be able to get one that's autographed by Dan Aykroyd." And I was like, got online. I got my 2. They show up at the house. I open up the box. I open up the first one. I'm like, oh crap, this is autographed by Dan Aykroyd. Cool. Open up the second one. Holy shit, I got 2 of them. I'm like, oh man. So I gave one of them to my brother because growing up, Ray was like his favorite Ghostbuster from the real Ghostbusters. So
Ray Stantz. I like Ray Stantz.
he's the
Yeah,
heart of
that's
the
awesome.
Ghostbusters. But
He's the
no,
heart.
I'm hoping next year. I know myself and a couple of the other Terror Dogs. We're trying to plan a road trip because it does sound like Ernie Hudson is going to be at the Comic-Con Revolution in Ontario. So I know we
Oh,
want to go down
wow.
there to be able to go meet him. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, so I've got my items here.
I was going to say Frankie has made his valiant return.
I have. So first off, I 3D printed this. So this is a mini rad. It's basically a Geiger-meter. This you see Egon holding this throughout the original movie. It's the thing he holds up when he says,
wow.
"Ray, this looks extremely dangerous or extremely bad." So yeah, he's constantly scanning for rads around the movie. And then I have this. This is a lifeguard. It's a pass system, so it's a personal safety system. They wear this on their belts in Ghostbusters 2. What this does in real life is it's sort of a personal alarm. So if you're doing emergency response work, you would wear this, and there's something that rattles inside of it. So it's constantly detecting motion, and then if it doesn't notice motion for, I believe it's up to 5 minutes, it starts making a loud beep noise. But this isn't real; it's just a replica. But that's what that does. Yeah.
Very
Wow.
cool.
That's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So-
Thanks
and,
for sharing.
and you 3D printed those?
I did. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Wow, that's awesome.
It is. It's real. It's real fun.
So we've been talking about Ghostbusters and all the strange things in your neighborhood. So do you ever cosplay anything outside of Ghostbusters? I know that may be heresy, but do you ever cosplay anything outside of Ghostbusters, or have you ever done so?
me, that's a no. I haven't.
Frankie?
Let's see. Most of the variety came about in around high school. So my sophomore year, I dressed up as Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and then for senior year, yeah, and then in senior year, I dressed up as Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. But ever since then, I've just been focusing mainly on Ghostbusters this past year. But future plans, I do want to start getting into other things. I want to try a Power Rangers cosplay.
Any particular
I
ranger?
want to. That's a really wide question. I'm still trying to zero in because I'm like, oh, should I be Tommy? Should I be other Tommy? Should I be should I be Casey? Should I be should I be Casey? Should I be Antonio? So I'm still trying to zero in on that. And I also have a plan to dress up as a Mandalorian because a couple of our Terror Dogs, they also dressed up as Mandalorians. So
Nice.
they've kind of convinced me to start getting into that as well. So I've been planning one out on that.
So okay, so for the
awesome.
Mandalorian, are you
Yeah.
thinking like an original character or a specific like Din Djarin or
His little nerd ears are up now.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry, I got.
I will
You mentioned
definitely.
something I know
I'll
about it, so-
definitely. So it's gonna be kind of based off of the Boba Fett prototype, the all white one.
Right.
But it's gonna have like a little twist. I don't know if you guys have seen Gundam Unicorn. If you have or not.
I haven't.
I nope.
Okay.
Don't know what that is.
So
Sounds like something I would love. I love murder corn. So
oh. So Gundam Unicorn, the Gundam in that show, it's an all white mobile suit. You can't tell it's a Gundam at first, but
Okay.
then it has another mode called Destroy Mode where the the pilot goes like ha, and then all the parts like the plates split apart, and then it starts to form into the recognizable shape of a Gundam, and the horn, the unicorn horn, splits into a V fin, and then it has like all different kinds of like luminescence between the cracks of the plates. So that's kind of what I want to do with the Mando that I want to work on.
Ooh.
So you're just gonna go like
sounds really
cosmic
cool.
being Mandalorian.
Pretty much.
That I like it.
Yeah, I just
like
want
it
to
a
go.
lot.
No,
full
that
ham.
sounds
Yeah.
that sounds really cool. Yeah.
So, like, kind of follow up question on that: are any of you guys members of the Mercs too, or are you guys just kind of do Mandalorians on the side kind of thing?
No, I think probably on the side. I know
Mostly
that's
on the side. Yeah.
yeah. And what Frankie said too is same thing. I got a armor plate for a Mandalorian costume I want to do at some point. Also, don't know when because I know that rabbit hole is.
Okay, so then I direct the same question to you. Original character, specific person.
Original. Been
Original.
talking with some of the guys in the Terror Dogs about that. The idea I've got is basically like a Mandalorian that's part of like a Darth Revan zealot type group, because Darth Revan's like my
that's
favorite
awesome.
character, but
Yeah.
a Mandalorian group basically where they have lightsabers instead of guns, so
Oh.
they follow that Jedi path, but they don't have any force powers. So you see them using that more than their weapons. But again, like more of like a religious like a zealot type group.
Love that.
Is the idea I've got.
We have to
I
talk
love that.
because I have a
Darth Revan
yeah,
is like my favorite character. Oh.
Okay, yeah, no, we're gonna.
outside of this, and I actually have everything together. But I mean, like, we have to talk because there's a character that I've been developing for the last couple of years that is, he it takes place during the time of the Old Republic.
Mhm.
Basically, this is the oh shit guy. Like, this is the dude that like Darth Malik is having a problem and needs somebody killed, so he calls this guy. This guy is a former Mandalorian, but he's more of a Sith assassin. So, but the thing is the code that he lives by. He doesn't want power. He just wants a challenge.
Oh,
So he's not looking like basically at any given point he could kill Malik. He could kill Revan if he wanted to. The issue with him is that, or the thing that it's not really an issue. The thing with him is he doesn't crave power. He craves a challenge. So he's more on the gray side, but he still follows the code of the Sith, but also follows the way, right? Like he's also Mandalorian. So it's a very cool mashup of different ideologies within the Star Wars universe. But going back to tying it together, because I had to just say that because you mentioned that thing. Any thoughts on doing a Ghostbusters Mandalorian mashup?
somebody has done that. Somebody has actually done that. I saw a picture on Facebook that somebody did a Ghostbusters Mandalorian mashup. Looked pretty sick.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. I would want to be like Wonder Woman as a Mandalorian.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That would
So that's kind of what I was thinking. Like if I were going to do that, then I thought it might look a little too Iron Patriot-y.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I could see that. But
Unless you give her a midriff, but that'd be
Yeah,
a first
that's
for a
true.
Mandalorian.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also just kind of impractical. So,
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Also, people might mistake it just for Puerto Rican.
I guess it depends on where you put the star.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Mandalorican.
right on the midway. No.
Mandalorian.
It would be an Amzalorian. So,
You say this is the way, but then you say papi at the end. So this is the
Oh yeah.
this is the way, puppy.
Right? I think you're too white to do that. I think you're
Wait,
too
here,
white
let
to
me adjust my light.
Yeah.
No, I'm-
This about Revan though. I agree with a lot of the fans though that we need to see Keanu Reeves as Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
Oh, yeah.
I want Keanu
If-
Reeves to be so bad.
Yes.
I have a lot of thoughts on that I'm not going to get into because we'll be here for hours. So
Yeah, but we're big.
yeah,
We're all pro
we have to
Revan
move
here.
on. So
No, I was going to say, Aaron asked, which one of the Ghostbusters movies is your favorite?
Ooh.
That's a tough question.
I would say Ghostbusters too. I mean, I love the original, but I like
Yeah.
two.
Yeah,
Choose just to
I'd
run a
say
different.
yeah. I'd say either 2 or Afterlife. 2 because everything is just like snappier and way tighter, and then Afterlife because it tells the story in so many different ways. Both like it does really really well at filling in the cracks between what happened in 1989 what happens in 2021. Just visuals alone, especially with the Ecto.
Yeah.
And it's like the perfect love letter to Ghostbusters and to Harold Ramis himself. So yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And also it's set in Oklahoma. So
Mhm.
that's
we have
where
a,
that's
gotta
where
stop
we
spelling.
we
are.
have a bias.
Yeah.
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 So I'm gonna ask you guys this: besides cosplaying, what do you guys like to do? Like, what do you guys do outside of cosplaying? Obviously, we talked about Mandalorians and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe you guys like to do saber fighting and stuff like that.
Frankie?
Maybe I would.
Well,
like to
I
do
play
that.
music in my free time. Yeah, I play music in my free time. I work like my actual job. I work as a machinist, so that comes in surprisingly handy for
I was gonna say, yeah,
my
that
hobbies and whatnot.
there would be.
Yeah. What
What
else
genre
do I
of
do?
music do you like to work in the back?
Uh, Right now I'm doing a lot of like synth-based metal. I
Oh.
I don't know, something about synths and just heavy driving beats just clicks in my brain, just feels right to me.
You're just heavy sawtooth.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds really really cool. Yeah.
Me, I'm full-time student right now, so I'm going to school online, 10-week semesters. So going for my bachelor's. Other than that, my brother just started playing DC Universe Online, which I used to play back when it first came out. So I'm back into playing that again. So
I heard their latest update made it like a lot better because there were.
yeah. It's a little weird to get back into it. I mean, I was a gadget controller when I played, so trying to get back into it and try to find the feel for that again, and seeing that trolls are a little bit different now. Do the power regen as much as you used to, since everybody can power regen now. So I think the big thing now is the buff, doing buff stuff. So trying to run that, but playing with him, it's been great. It's been fun. I'm having a blast. And then doing our videos for our group and trying to learn how to do video editing with DaVinci Resolve. That's kind of what I've been teaching myself how to do right now.
Which is also the
which has been a
editing
blast.
software I use.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, that's awesome, guys.
And watch movies. I'm a horror film buff, so any chance I get, I'm watching a horror film.
we
Didn't see
we should have
Terrifier
had
3
one of
yet.
our other hosts on. He's a horror guy. Yeah,
Graveyards are our horror guy.
Oh, Graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him in the chat.
Yeah.
He's lurking in there.
Days of the Dead right now.
Yeah.
So Sewong asked what's the next project you guys are going to tackle? The slime blower? I don't know if that's what he was asking. If it was a slime.
That's definitely in the plans for us right now. But we're still working on. We're still more focused on networking. But you, Mike, you just bought a certain wall accessory.
Oh yeah, I got that. What is it from Party Supplies? That I got their containment unit. So we're going to be having that at Fan Expo. I think that's one of the big projects we want to do as a group, is to try to build one out of wood at some point. Personal projects, I would love to make the arm Ghost Blaster that you saw Janine have in the film from Frozen Empire.
Yeah,
I would love to build one of those. I was in the middle of trying to 3D print one, and the prints didn't turn out right, so I got to start over again. But I'd love to be able to make one of those eventually, and have one of those. But the slime board that's gonna be a big project if we want to do that.
it is. Yeah. For me personally, I'm currently in the middle of building the RTV, the little remote control trap from Afterlife. So that's been pretty much my big focus. But I do want to get around to building the 2016 gear, because I actually really, really like the way they designed it and the way it plays out in the movie, because I only realized about a year ago that the proton pack in the 2016 movie, it actually, you can see it get more and more refined and more polished as it goes on. And like, you don't really see that much in Ghostbusters films, especially. So I really do want to replicate that myself.
Very cool.
You should see in Spirits Unleashed, they have the new Zedmore Industries Proton Pack. That thing looks pretty sick. I mean, I'm waiting to see if a Ghost Head or somebody's going to tackle trying to make that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I feel like I probably shouldn't ask the next question just because I don't live there. So
No worries. And actually, well, yeah, I'll ask that. So being based in Sacramento, how often are you guys out at cons? Like, what are the signature cons that you guys attend?
You'll see us at the zombie crawl. We do that every October. That's what you saw in the hype video that you just showed. Someone walking like a zombie. That's Carrie. She's that's at the zombie crawl. So that's at the Sunrise Mall in Citrus Heights. Beautiful place. Really, it's a nice small spot to have an event. So things are really intimate, really friendly. It's not like super duper bustling at a con where you can only talk to people for 2 seconds at the most. So yeah.
Yeah, Fan Expo is going to be, I think, our first convention that we've done, and hopefully this leads to us, trying to do either SAC Anime or Stockton Con, Galaxy Con if it comes back to San Jose again. I think, and then also there's the Contra Costa Con that just happened over here in Concord.
Oh yeah.
So there's a couple little ones that are nearby. I think the group as a whole, I think we enjoy more of the community events, being out there with the community. Yeah, that's like our bread and butter. So as far as conventions go, I think we're kind of playing it by ear right now and testing the waters. And that's where this is going to be fun with Fan Expo. And who knows if this goes up really, really good and we're well received in there, we might make that one that we do every year. So, but yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of your other events, so you guys tend to do a lot of charity events. I think it's great. So how did you guys start doing that? Like, what was kind of the impetus for that? Does someone just call 202-656-4211 or whatever?
Sorry, I wrote a really
Aaron
Ghostbusters joke right there, and didn't know
I was trying to I just assumed
no, it's the
Aaron mentioned the Sacramento Santa Parade. We do that every year too.
Yeah, that parade this year I believe is going to be on the 14th. Yeah, it should be on the 14th.
Mm-hmm. It's either the 14th or the 7th of December.
And then as far as charity, when the group was first conceptualized, so basically what happened is there was a group called, which I know Phil's going to be familiar with. There was a group called The Grid originally, and that's basically where the Terror Dogs actually came from. So you had The Grid. They were doing different cosplays. And
it's been on the show before.
Yep. They decided they went to do a photo shoot in Nevada. This like in 2020. And the founder of one of the founders of the group, Kevin, everybody knows him as Vader Kevin, decided, he's like, hey, we should do a Ghostbusters cosplay. And everyone was like, okay, yeah. And then it just kind of got put to the side for about a year until they revisited again in 2021. And basically the impetus of that was, it'd be a little bit easier to do Ghostbuster cosplay than the other ones. But the big reason why the Terror Dogs got formed, though, was because of the fact that a lot of them wanted to give back to the community and do a lot of charity work. So they would find places to go out to. And Toys for Tots actually was started by Aaron, who's the one that wanted to bring that forward because he had this idea about trying to save Christmas. So that's basically, SAC and Ghostbusters got rallied around that too. And so every year so far, that's what we've been doing as a group, is doing the Toys for Tots every year. So, and then we've done Make-A-Wish. There's a place up in, I think that's not Rockland. That's up there. Citrus Heights. There's the Miller's Ace Hardware. Anybody knows who Miller is up there? That's his Ace Hardware store. We go up there. We went up there this year to go do their Make-A-Wish walk that they did, try to help support that. So we're going to be branching out to try to do some Make-A-Wish stuff. And I think our newest member that we've got from the New York Ghostbusters, Matt Heberman, that's moved out here to California. We really want to try to work with him, and we've talked about doing a Ronald McDonald House and trying to add that in as well. So we're just trying to find those charities and stuff that really speak to what's at the heart of our group.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome, man.
Amazing.
I love the amount of charity you guys do. I love the way you guys give back to the community. It is a great thing. And the community appreciates you, because every time anybody sees any of the vehicles driving around, or we see anything for Sac Ghostbusters, you go to any event and you see that stuff sitting there. I mean, I get giddy, and I know. I mean, I'm friends with Chris, so it's like, it's pretty awesome, man.
Yay!
Hey.
It froze for me for a second.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, okay, there goes the audio.
Oh yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah. That was a
Okay.
nice still of all of us.
yeah.
It's-
I was just like,
It's rain. It's because it's rain. It's what
It's
we're gonna
rain.
blame it on. It's the rain.
hey, Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about that group anymore? No.
We can't stop crying. So guys, we're gonna do some wrap up questions here before we finish up. So I'm gonna ask you guys the hardest questions you've ever been asked ever. You guys ready for this?
We compiled a database, and
I'm
out
ready.
of that
did,
database,
yes.
these
Yes.
were the hardest questions. The Colbert questionnaire is nothing to this.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Again, hardest question you've ever been asked in your life. You guys ready for this?
Let's go.
All right.
Let's
What
do it.
is your favorite kind of taco?
I like the soft taco from Taco Bell, extra cheese.
Michael, you live in the Bay Area,
I don't
man. There's
know.
I know there's a lot of good taco places. I mean, I'm really old school, but if we're actually talking seriously, if I get a taco, it's got to have most likely got to have carnitas in it.
nice.
Yeah,
Good,
carnitas.
good choice.
Yep.
I'm more of a burrito person, so I'm not as well versed in like different kinds of tacos besides Taco Bell. So from Taco Bell, I'd probably say the cheesy gordita crunch, because it's technically a taco. So
I'm actually going to give you an alternate question, Frankie. What is your favorite kind of lumpia?
my favorite kind of. How'd you know I'm Filipino?
Okay. Two, Nagayo is a Filipino last name. Come on, bro.
That's true. That's true. But it's also commonly Japanese, but like I took an ancestry test, and it turns out there's no Japanese in me. But that's a different conversation. My favorite type of
He
lumpia.
is one of our people.
Yeah.
You
My
are
favorite
one
type
of
of
our people.
lumpia.
Jen's on the Japanese side.
I've always grown up just seeing lumpia as lumpia.
What's your favorite
Lumpia
kind
is
of
lumpia to
filling, though?
me.
Like if you had a choice and you were like,
Mhm.
what kind of filling, would you want to pick if it were like, oh, my favorite kind of lumpia is
Okay. Definitely pork, carrots, peas, and then I don't know. There's some kinds of lumpias where like they're just a little sweet. I don't know what those are called, but I think they're called like banana lumpia. I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Awesome, guys.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, normally we would say, what's some advice you might have for someone who's trying to get into the industry? In this case, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. What is your advice for anyone who wants to be a member of the Terror Dog Squad?
No, just be yourself. And meet us at one of our events.
Yeah. Just reach
Come
out.
up, say hi. Can I?
Yeah.
Can I join? I have the gear, and they'll probably let you in.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
you don't even need
Go
to
ahead,
have the gear, as long as you have the heart. As long as you have the heart and you understand where we're trying to go with what we do, you're in as far as we're concerned.
Okay, so you guys aren't going to Rick Moranis them then, is what I'm saying.
nah. Now, if they do our taxes for us, I mean, that's what. Well, yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, like
Or the
most of
big-
the groups, we
Yeah.
just ask people to come out, at least to 3 of our events, participate in at least 3 events, so we can kind of get to meet you, find out, if you fit the vibe, of our group, you kind of, like Frankie was saying, you've seen the bigger picture of what we're actually really trying to do. That's what we really want. And the cool thing is, we've had members from other cosplays talk to us and ask us about those kind of questions. What does it take to join? How accurate does my costume and my equipment have to be? And that's the cool thing about Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
The more homemade it looks, the better. Because I mean, everything was garage built basically. So you don't have to have screen accurate flight salute. A Spirit one will work just fine. Your proton pack. You can buy the little blue one they put out for Ghostbusters Afterlife and paint that black and wear that, or make one out of cardboard. Like Frankie's done. You have the heart. That's the big thing. The heart, and you understand the mission.
Yeah, because in the original movies, they literally just built the original packs out of military surplus parts and just old pieces of insulator, and then just slapped it together. So it would be a little I wouldn't say hypocritical, but it would be a little wrong of us to kind of be more elitist about it and be like, no, it has to be fiberglass, it has to have like incandescent bulbs strictly from the 80s, nothing else, because that's not like really in the spirit of what we do,
Right.
Also a fire hazard.
Yeah.
The 80s regulations were not so good.
No.
No.
What regulations?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regulations were starting to happen in the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get the EPA involved, we're good.
Exactly. Exactly. I was just going to say, hopefully when you guys build that containment wall, some dickless dude doesn't come and turn it off.
That's what I'm hoping.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We just gotta make sure he has a warrant or a writ or something, right?
Writ.
Yeah.
And yes, we do quote. Just so everybody knows, yes, we do quote Ghostbusters a lot.
I've made the most casual, dumb jokes with Ghostbusters in mind this entire show. So I literally wrote a joke with their phone number in it to see if anybody caught it.
Oh,
I caught it. I just didn't think it was funny.
So we actually did get a Google Voice number for our group, and the last 4 digits is 2368, which is hilarious.
Oh, wow.
Last 3 digits of the phone. That's the last 4
Yeah.
digits of the phone number for who you're gonna call. Their commercial.
Right.
Huge Easter egg there. So if anybody gets our business card, our newer business cards when those come out, you'll see the phone numbers on there.
So the phone number that I put on there, the 202-656-4211, that's the one that's in Ghostbusters 2 that's on the side of the billboard. And that's the number that that's the number that if you actually call it to this day, you can call it right now. And it is the voicemail is the original cast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Someone's
I'm
paying
just
a
not
lot.
realizing how many
It's probably
phone
Bill
numbers.
Murray. They probably did it because of Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess they've had that number and the answering machine in rotation since the first movie, since the second movie came out.
Wow.
And it's like been in service and working ever since.
Yeah. I'm saying somebody had to pay for that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't cost very much now to just have that, but I mean,
Or it might cost a lot more because a lot of people don't have landline numbers anymore.
True. So I'm gonna get into another really hard question for you guys here. Who would win in a fight? Gozer the Gozerian or Beerus the Destroyer?
Man, you had to ask a DBZ question. Oh,
Michael's face though. Michael's face.
oh,
Beerus versus Gozer because they're both
oh.
gods of destruction. So
I'm sorry. Sorry to all the Ghostbuster fans. I have to say Beerus. I'm sorry. That dude's badass. I'm sorry. Next to Majin Buu, Beerus is like one of my favorite. And Broly, Beerus is like one of my favorite ones. Yeah.
But what if someone chooses Beam of Destructor to fight Beerus?
Someone chose Beerus as the form of the Ooh.
So then it's Beerus versus Beerus.
There you go. Then
No,
they
the
would
only
go
way
for
you would win-
tea and braid each other's hair.
No, the only way you could win, because Beerus versus Beerus is going to just be a stalemate, right? You choose as your you choose as your avatar Whis,
Ooh.
because Whis can beat Beerus. It's canon that Whis is stronger and faster than Beerus, because he has to be stronger and faster than Beerus in order to teach Beerus.
Oh,
Mm,
so probably Gozer then if you choose Whis.
Yeah.
yeah.
If Gozer chooses Whis, then he wins.
It's done.
Oh God, we just got into a really, really, really nerdy philosophical question.
It's awesome.
I mean,
Hey, people
the
for
channel
watching.
is
I
called
did it.
Distance
I did
Nerding.
it.
Yep. For you guys watching, this is what This Is Nerding is all about.
It is.
Yep.
I was going to say, and this is what the show is all about. It's just, we did all of that just to get to that question.
Planned the whole thing.
So, guys, I am going to ask you for your pluggables right now. So, everything that you've got going on, I know, again, you guys are doing Toys for Tots. You guys are going to be doing Fan Expo. Is that next weekend? Yeah, next weekend,
Yep,
right?
next week.
Yes,
So
that is next
give us
weekend.
all of your appearances, plugs, everything you guys have got, and then, of course, all of your social medias if people want to follow you guys specifically.
All right, Rick, what you go first?
So yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at TerrorDogsCA, I believe. Mike, I'll jump in on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It's loading. Yeah, it's just Terror Dog Squad.
All right. So yeah, on Instagram it's Terror Dog Squad, and then TikTok that's also Terror Dog Squad. You can find us on Facebook at Terror Dog Squad California. And then we're also affiliated with the Sacramento Ghostbusters, so just type in Sacramento Ghostbusters on any social medias. You'll find them as well, and you'll probably see us on there too. Can I plug the Solano group that I just started?
Anything, man.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah.
You want, man?
Okay.
Yeah, all your
So
socials.
so yeah. So I'm personally based in Solano, so Solano County, so Vallejo, Fairfield, Vacaville, American Canyon. And I'm currently trying to start my own ghost busting group in that area because there's not too big of a presence there, at least one online. So that's what I'm trying to start. And I actually got the little patch made right there. So that's what I'm trying to do. So you can find that on Solano County GB on Instagram. That's where I've set it up. I'm supposed to start posting stuff there soon, but yeah, just look that up, give it a follow, keep an eye out for what I've got in store.
Yep, and then same thing. We're on X and we're on Blue Sky under Terror Dog Squad. And then me personally, it's Michael Ferris on Facebook. Nothing big. You might just see a bunch of photos and stuff or things that I'm doing, stuff I do with the group. And again, I also handle the social media stuff. So does Frankie as well. So you'll see some of our posts on Instagram and TikTok and on Facebook. And then just for those of you that were wondering, that phone number, if you guys want to call it, it's a 916-822-2368. That is the phone number for the Terror Dog Squad. So we do have an answering service. So
Yay.
you guys want to call that in and have some fun on that. And then next month, make sure if you guys are out in the Rockland area, we're actually going to be at Five Below. That's who we partner with. And any other Ghostbuster groups that are watching this, if you're looking for a really good business to kind of partner with, the Five Below is definitely a really good one. It's also good for customers and people that want to donate because they can go in and spend like $10 and come out with like a bunch of toys they can donate. So up in the Rockland area, we're going to be at the Five Below at the 5108 Commons Drive. So you can come out and see us there the 8th, the 9th, the 15th and the 16th. It'll be from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then some of us are also trying to work to see if we can find some other Five Belows in our home area. So I'm actually from Hayward. So I have one of the farther drives to drive up there to hang out with the Terror Dog and the SAC team. So I'm going to try to see if I can find a place out here to do a Twitch Dot drive too. So, but yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Mike, you mentioned the social media team. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, you mentioned the social media team.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go ahead and shout out our other social media
Oh,
members. We have Mia
yeah.
Garcia, who's also based in the Sacramento area. She helps set up a lot of our posts, and she does a lot of the formatting and also helps out with the editing. So she is also very integral to the online presence that UCS have. And then also Gina Oliveira. She is basically the principal photographer for the Terror Dog Squad and Sacramento Ghostbusters. So all of the really, really cool, like cinematic, super duper well framed photos, those are big chance those are going to be done by Gina. So we wouldn't have the kind of image that we have now without Gina as well. So yeah, just a quick shout out for those guys.
And then of course we have a website. It's on Wix right now. We're in the midst of trying to move it over to terrordogsquad.com. But if you look up terrordogs.wix, it should show up with the website, and you go check that out and get some more information on.
Very cool. All right.
Awesome. Yeah. The joke I was going to make is more along the lines of so is anybody looking at Christopher Ohashi Lopez's YouTube picture and just seeing how much of a God. This guy's meant for movies. Look at him.
Yeah, look at this guy. Look at that guy.
Yeah, that's our competition. I mean,
yeah. Shout out.
Sometimes I didn't want to put my flight suit on. It's like, dang, Chris is going to be there.
Yeah, that's why I do all the prop work.
No, we love you, Chris.
That's why I do the prop work, not the camera work.
I love Say Wong said yes, he is. Shout out to Chris Lopez, the man behind Sacramento Ghostbusters. Love you, bro. So, with that being said, again, let's drop some pluggables here for the rest of us. Jen, I'm gonna have Shadu do your pluggables. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Shadu, pluggables.
All right. So I am SHDU Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I currently do Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, lore from my own fantasy world, my own custom music, paranormal investigations, and so much other nerdy stuff. I'm also on Phrase Channel. We have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. Journals of the Peoples replaced Journals of the Classes. In that series, we will go over the different peoples or species and inhabit the worlds of D&D. In the meantime, we are filming Season 2 of Classified. I'm also in the Distance Learning Sphere. I'm on the download on Tuesdays, the build on Thursdays, and sometimes Fridays, which is the very show you're watching right now. And supposedly, I'm on Kyber Cave Productions.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
The son adds his mom's pluggables. God, killing it. Oh, man, I just choked on my spit right there. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, you can connect with us on all the places. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm never calling it X. I'm still going to call it Twitter. It's not going to be a thing. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, the beard, Jamez's glasses, sitting on a table, judging you for not buying merch. Of course, Shadu doing anything for money.
Of course, yes.
For any amount of money. If you give him a penny, he will do something strange for a piece of change. Ladies and gentlemen, we are everywhere at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you would like us to, if you'd like to send us an email, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would completely consume us and spit us out at the feet of a million little marshmallow men that are running around destroying everything, send us an email at dist. Wait, I'm supposed to put a thing on the screen.
Yes, you are.
Traffic department.
Mind the gap. And it's nerding at AOL.com. And we will read it live on air. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us this week. We will see everybody again on Tuesday for episode 201, the aftermath after the 200 episode celebration.
The Hangover.
The Hangover.
The morning after.
This is the episode where we find out that Shadu is on the roof of a casino in Vegas somewhere.
But I won't tell you which one. You'll find out on Tuesday.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. It is now time for the dance party. For once, we actually warned our guests. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this going. Is that a Wade? Oh, he's going first. He's got a Wade. It's another Wade.
Oh, it's another Wade.
Say one. Blue space is not or blue sky is not a safe space for right wing nuts. Let's just throw that out. Ooh, look at the trap.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, the Halloween one.
Getting real witchy up here. Creepy.
No.
Annabelle's coming to take all of your souls.
You know who to call if you have a problem with that. No.
Actually, yeah, we have a bunch of Ghostbusters here. They're going to take care of our creepy baby problem.
Hey, she is a delight. She is not. Well, we do call her creepy baby, but it's affectionately.
We'll see everybody on Tuesday.